Welcome back to the Webby O'Neill channel. Today's video is sponsored by HelloFresh. If you want to learn more about HelloFresh, stick with us until the end of the video where I'll give you all the details you need on a fantastic offer. But first of all, match preview, Manchester United versus Chelsea. You was mentioning in yesterday's video that you would start Marcus Rashford. There's a lot of fans out there, particularly in our comment section, who think he shouldn't even be starting in the next few games. He should be dropped.
Well, I've got a personal reason. I want to see him suffer on that pitch. He has to perform. There's no point leaving him out. This is a personal point of view. Leaving him out and then trying to bring him back. There is no reason why he shouldn't be playing at the top of his game unless he's give up. So I want to see him on the pitch.
You're talking about seeing him suffer, though.
Yeah.
Do you actually mean that? Because that's a big statement to say that you actually want to see a Manchester United player suffer on the pitch.
He's making us suffer. We're watching him play where he's not even playing. To me, it looks as though he was on the pitch the other night avoiding injury. That's how I see what's going on with him. He doesn't want to tackle. He doesn't want to run, as though like he's going to pull a hamstring. He doesn't want a challenge for any headers. It's as though he's avoiding being injured, as though there's some other game being on. What's going on behind, and we have no knowledge of it. So I want to see him suffer. He has to turn it round in front of the public, in front of all the commentators, in front of all the pundits, everybody. He has to show it, and I want him on there. That's the reason why I want him on there. Do I think he'll be on there? No, I don't.
And you're looking on that left-hand side. Is he going to shift Garnacho at any time soon? No, he's not. Garnacho wasn't great either the other night against Newcastle, but one thing he did do, and he always does, is run himself into the ground and puts the work rate in, tracking back to help his midfield and his left back. So on that right-hand side, does Anthony then deserve that start for you?
Yeah, Anthony. Get Anthony on there. He'll keep the ball. He'll have a go. Is the option instead of Marcus Rashford. When you talk about Garnacho the other night, didn't have a left back with him, did he? Didn't have a left back overlapping, didn't help him out. But what he did, he didn't stand there and sulk. He kept running, kept looking for the ball, kept coming back, helping out. That's what you want. Things didn't go right for the team. Certainly didn't go right for Garnacho the other night. But I expect him to be on. And if how Marcus Rashford thinks he can get that left side, I just don't know. And I'll put this caveat in as well. Absolute disgrace if he drops Garnacho. Absolute disgrace, and puts Rashford there. What you would say to that is Rashford has turned round, said I don't like playing centre forward, don't like playing on the right, I want to play on the left. So let's see what goes on here.
I hope not, because I tell you what, I don't know what I'd think to that.
Well,
that would actually change my mood if I seen that team sheet an hour before and Garnacho's on the bench and Rashford's back on the left-hand side.
Well, there's some big problems if that's the case. If that's the case, Garnacho's the future of Manchester United. With performances, what Rashford put in, he's not the future. I don't think he is the future. I've thought for a long time he's not the future. But to me, it'll be Garnacho up there.
Yeah.
I think Anthony will be on there, and Højlund has to play.
Yeah, he has to play.
That's the forward line. We have to see an attack. But there's no point having an attack if you haven't got the two proper fullbacks.
Yeah.
If you haven't got the fullbacks, the proper fullbacks there to help these players out and give them the ball, then what's the point? Yeah,
I can't see Erik dropping Garnacho, to be honest with you. When you're looking at recent performances, he's our bright spark in the attacking three in most of the games recently. So I can't really see that, to be fair. But I absolutely would be shocked. I'd be on the floor shell shocked if that did actually happen. But let's just put that out of our head for now. But we go back to that Newcastle game. Coming into the Chelsea, you mentioned Delo at left back. Reguilon was on the bench. Reguilon, a left footer, would have given us more balance, surely. I can see why he put Luke Shaw centre-back. More comfortable on the ball, bringing it out, nice and calm on the ball, so he could maybe pick up the passes from Onana. But surely you had to put Reguilon left-back, and surely he'll make that change against Chelsea.
I don't see why Luke Shaw was centre-half when you've got centre-halves on the bench. Putting Delo left back when Shaw could have been there, when you got Reguilon on the bench. I don't see that. Ten Hag should not make that mistake again. Playing players in positions they don't normally play in.
I don't think Erik ten Hag's too keen on playing Harry Maguire or Rafael Varane on the left side of defence. So for me, I think the tactic of bringing Luke Shaw in, playing him on that left-hand side where Martinez normally plays, he's sort of that ball-playing centre-half, which you normally see with these elite teams going forward now. They always need that one centre-half who can carry the ball out with composure out of the defence and also link it up with the midfield players. I'm not too sure Rafael Varane and Harry Maguire can do that on the left-hand side. But Harry Maguire, in his recent performances, I think he's upped his levels compared to last season, and I think he's doing a good job where he deserves a start in this centre defence.
Well, it's all changed then, hasn't it? With Harry Maguire not even getting a game. Now he's getting a game and Varane's not in a game. So come January, there's going to be some fun and games with centre-halves disappearing from the club. But hey, let's wait and see on that. Now, midfielders. I'm not too happy with McTominay's performance the other night. I've said he's a squad player. I don't think he's good enough. You've got to look at United. They were looking to try and sell him this summer. So he's not the future. Poor performance the other night. He's had some good, steady performances, but he let himself down against Newcastle. Squad player at best now. Going forward, he has to make changes there. And to me, he has to put Mainu in there. And I'm not really too sure at this moment who can play us alongside Mainu.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Judging off Scott McTominay's recent performance there, and I agree with you. Yeah, he's a squad player. Scott McTominay starting every week for Manchester United isn't going to get you to where us Man United fans want to be, and that's challenging at the Premier League. But for me, you're looking at Kobbie Manu. He's got to start for me, and it's just whether you feel Amrabat should come in. Would that be a bit too defensive in the midfield? But then again, you look at the midfield over the majority of the games this season, it's far too wide open. And if you've got Kobbie Manu in there who can receive the ball from the back four, the goalkeeper, and still play it out from the back, and then you've got the legs in and around him, surely Amrabat is would be a little bit more disciplined than Scott McTominay in playing that role instead of like going wandering up forward, wandering out to the right, to the left, and be a bit more disciplined in helping Manu out in the midfield. Sorry,
I think he'll actually play Manu, and he'll play McTominay. That's what I think he'll do. Mainu will collect the ball. He's good at it. He was good at it against Everton. Totally transformed the way Onana played. I thought the combination of Mainu just looking for the ball and turning is what United need. So he's got to play against Chelsea. And I think Scott McTominay is the only option at the moment. I don't think having two holding midfield players is the way to play, not at Old Trafford anyway.
Yeah, you look at like the likes of Hannibal. I don't know if he's injured or not, but bringing him into that midfield area, two real young lads in there. I don't think that'll be the game, or this is the right time to play them two together and even try that out.
I think it's the future.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I'm a big fan of Hannibal. You've been a big fan of him for a long, long time, just like Kobbie Manu. But I just think at this moment in time, I think that'll be. I don't think it'd be a good idea, to be honest with you. But let's get Scott McTominay in there. You talk about Marcus Rashford, get him back in there. Let's see how he can perform and try and bounce back from that Newcastle defeat. And let's see if Scott McTominay can do the same. And if them two players can't, well, big question marks are there over them and their long-term future at United. Let's have it right. Scott McTominay was there or thereabouts and sealing a move to West Ham or even Fulham in the summer.
Well, listen, McTominay won't be there, I don't think, after the summer anyway. But for now, we need Scott McTominay. Listen, he's got an engine in him at sometimes. He can do the work. He's good defensively, and he does pop up with the odd goal. So he's needed. Future doesn't look bright for him as a career at Old Trafford. But at the end of the day, there's quite a lot of players out there what haven't got futures at Manchester United.
Yeah, do you think we can actually really dominate that midfield area against Chelsea? You look at they've got in the middle there Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. They both started against Brighton and got the win. Do you think we can dominate that area with Kobbie Manu and Scott McTominay in there, though?
Listen, I listened to Gary Neville. Can you dominate? That midfield doesn't dominate anything. It's not dominated for nearly 2 years. Players in their day, I listened to him talking, you just kicked the ball and you knew who was there. Scholes said the same. Yeah. You just knew where your players were. This midfield is so open and has been, you and I, and lots of people out there have said it loads of times, like the midfield is too wide open.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. That's the way Erik ten Hag's got this team set up. I don't know how it plays football. I don't know its style. I don't think this is the future. And I think Erik ten Hag will change it once he's got other players in down the line. I don't think he's going to stick with it, but I don't think he's got any choice at the moment.
No, I totally agree. I'm just looking at Maguire and Luke Shaw there. When you look at it, yeah, we got beat 1-0. Don't really show you the actual game, really, that scoreline of what went on there. But if Maguire and Luke Shaw weren't playing that night together, it'd have been a lot more, I think, that scoreline. So maybe that's maybe one of the positives we could maybe take from that Newcastle game, because it's probably one of the best partnerships we've seen this season, believe it or not, in my opinion. So maybe start that again, get Reguilon on that left-hand side, and let's see how we can perform if, you know, Garnacho starts there with them two.
Well, yeah.
At least it gives Garnacho someone to work with as well as a partnership.
I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, Luke Shaw has to be left back. Like I say, rotation, squad, tactics, what is really going on? And I'm not too sure, but I think he has to turn round now and just say, right, this is it. It's beyond a joke. What I've seen at Newcastle, I've explained to players, this is what you need to do. You better do this, you better do that. They never did it. So he has to go now and just say, right, here's me back four. You get a strong back four.
Yeah, you do need that back four to be strong, because, you know, you've got Raheem Sterling there. He's been decent this season, to be fair. They've got a centre-forward there, Nicholas Jackson. You're looking at our centre-forward area. Højlund, he's got to start for me. You know, a big back four that they've got, an experienced back four as well. So, you know, it is a tough one, and I don't really expect Chelsea to be coming here with any fear, to be honest with you. You know, They're looking at our recent results, the way we've been playing, and they surely must be rubbing their hands together. I'm sure the manager will be, and wanting to come here and get a result, because he was there or thereabouts as well, Pochettino, in being this manager for Manchester United before Ten Hag.
Yeah, the shout was up for him.
Yeah, of course it was.
The shout was up for him. Him and Erik ten Hag, I think, were both looking, and Erik ten Hag got it. But at the end of the day, Chelsea coming here, they'll fancy the chances. They'll go for it. But to be honest with you, I look at the game. Do they score a lot of goals away from home? No, they don't. Are they winning lots of games from home? No, they're not. They've had a poor run playing away. Poor run, really, at home for the players they've bought, the money they've spent and everything. United get loads of stick for the money they've spent, but Chelsea is embarrassing. Come to Old Trafford, and to be honest with you, I look at it and think, what do United need? They need to put in a solid performance. Chelsea need to do the same. And I'm going for a very, very unusual 0-0.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but you look at Chelsea's, some of the recent results, you know, they played Manchester City 4-4, great game of football, to be honest with you. I watched that game, went and played Brighton over the weekend, someone who absolutely spanked us here at Old Trafford. They got the win there. So I'm not too sure on this game at all. You know, if you offered me like the point, I'd probably take the point right now, to be honest. The way that we performed over that weekend, if we're going to go in there anywhere near like that again, I want to take the point right now.
Yeah,
get out of there and try and get a win against Bournemouth on the weekend.
We're at home, 0-0. That's how I see it. Strong back four.
Yeah,
we're not scoring. Listen, we don't have lots of chances. You also have to look at the 2 away games there in the league. Everton and Newcastle, 47 attempts on our goal we've had. So at the end of the day, there's a problem and we've got to sort it out, and we've just got to be solid. I don't think we're going to score. I just don't think we're going to score.
Højlund,
I think Chelsea will shut up shop.
Yeah, even with Højlund up there, he still needs to bag his first Premier League goal as well, and we need like some wide players in the midfield as well to start linking up off him and providing him service as well. Yeah, he has had his moments where he should have put the ball in the back of the net. I'm the first one to admit that. But people need to start servicing him a lot more from the wide areas.
Listen, they've got to be hungry. They've got to be on it, and they've got to play for 90 minutes.
Yeah,
that's what's got to happen, because Chelsea will be right on it, and they'll just jump at any mistake. And once that mistake comes, if it comes, then they'll shut up shop.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, I'd just like to thank everyone for joining us for our match preview. Also, like we said at the start of the video, today's video is sponsored by HelloFresh. For more information, click the link in the video description, also the top comment in the comment section, and stay tuned because I'm about to tell you more about HelloFresh and the fantastic offer they've got for you. Are you ready to upgrade your match day routine? Well, with HelloFresh, there's no more faffing about at the shops, ending up getting caught up offside because your partner wants to go back into the shops for one last look, which means you missing out on the game. Yeah, we've all been there. You don't have to be Ronaldo or Messi in the kitchen. I'll be honest with you, I don't know my knife and forks from my spoons, but HelloFresh's easy-to-use instructions makes every football fan a kitchen maestro and gives you the result your taste buds want. HelloFresh has got you covered with a wide selection of fresh, tasty foods delivered straight to your front door in a variety of portion sizes, so you can use your match day build-up to prep, cook up a storm in the kitchen, whilst you sit back, relax with your friends, family, crack open your favourite juice and cheer on your favourite team. With HelloFresh, you can bring that match day magic back into your very own home and even score off the pitch. Imagine this, instead of splashing out the cash on a fancy restaurant, bring your date night back home and whip up a HelloFresh masterpiece. Plus, you'll also save money in your back pocket and you can put that towards your match day tickets to watch your team play live. So what are you waiting for? Help support the channel, eat a healthier lifestyle with HelloFresh. Click the link in the description or the QR code on screen and get the result your taste buds wanted.